everyone, Val here, and I am going to be an Iron Chef tonight. I've been included in a collab. It's an Iron Chef challenge, and if you're familiar with Iron Chef, you know that they have a secret ingredient or whatever, or a special featured ingredient of the day. So our special featured ingredient for the day is going to be shrimp. So I'm going to make 2 dishes with shrimp. I'm going to bring you along, let you watch, and then I'm going to put in the description box below the names of everybody else that's in this collab. I thought this would be fun to do. I was invited by Fairy Godmonster, and she has other people that are also going to do this, and everything will be posted today. So check out the links below, check out their channels, and go and see what everybody made with shrimp. I think this is fun. So the people that are going to be in this collab so far that I know are going to be Angie, and like I said, I'm going to put all their links in the description box below. Fairy Godmonster, Chef Oral Young, Eat with Fifi, Gail Crabtree, Sister Face Tyson, and there may be some more. Those are the ones I know right now. I am actually doing this on the 12th because Steve is out of town and he doesn't eat shrimp, or he doesn't, eat shrimp very often. So it's a perfect time for me to fix these dishes. So I'm going to enjoy them, and I hope you will too. And I hope if they turn out that y'all will try them. So I'm going to put my laptop away. I'm going to bring you around. I'm going to show you the ingredients, and let's talk about what I'm going to be making. So come on. I'm going to start out with some salt and pepper here. I have some Himalayan pink salt and some peppercorns. I have a cucumber. I have some celery. I have some onion. I have some corn, which we took off the cob and froze it a couple of weeks ago. So this is fairly fresh corn. I have my shrimp. That's my featured ingredient of the day. I have a couple of chicken bouillon. I have some minced garlic, a couple tablespoons of butter, some potatoes. So this I'm going to use to make 2 dishes for you tonight that are featuring shrimp, and we'll give them a try. I do want to say I'm using the ingredients I have in my house. So they may be not the ingredients you have. You can substitute some ingredients for them. But let's get started, and let's let me show you what I'm going to make. Okay, so to start out, I'm going to take the onion and I'm going to mince up the onion. And I had some pieces that I already had cut because I used them the other day for something, I don't remember, and I had some left, so I put them in the jar or a little container in the refrigerator to use them. I don't like to waste anything. So we're going to go with a lot of this stuff is, stuff I've already had in the refrigerator, or everything is actually. So the 2 dishes that I'm gonna make today are going to be a spin on clam chowder, and it's actually going to be a shrimp chowder. And then the second thing I'm going to make is going to be a shrimp salad. So today my dinner is going to be soup and salad. So I like simple. So these recipes are going to be simple. There's nothing going to be real sophisticated or hard in the recipe. That's not what I'm about. If you know me and you've watched me cook before, I like pretty simple recipes. So that's what I'm going with today. I'm going to kind of put my own twist on things, try to do something a little bit different. So we'll see how it turns out. That looks fairly good, I think. Piece is a little big. We'll do a couple more little dices. Here we go. We'll make this work. I know you can have all the gadgets and everything to chop onions and everything, but I really don't mind chopping my own onions and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that chopped. So I'm gonna take the onions, some of the onions, the garlic, and the butter, and I'm gonna start with my saute over here. So let's go over here. I'm gonna take this over to the stove. Come on over, let's get this started. Now our new house has gas, so we have to light it. And I'm not a big fan of gas stoves. I like electric a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter in there and get that melting. And when that gets warm, I'm gonna add the onion and some of the garlic, and we're gonna saute this up. All right. So I'm gonna just put that in there, put the top on it, and just let it melt up, and we'll come back and check on it once it gets melted. In the meantime, we're gonna come back over here to the cutting board. I have some celery, and when I'm making soups and like stuffing and stuff like that, I like to use the leafy part of the celery for that. I just think it has good flavor. I love the middle pieces of the celery. So I'm gonna cut those. I'm gonna just rinse these up. This is my new kitchen, and I haven't cooked anything. This will be the first thing I cook in my kitchen for y'all. And I love this little island I have in the kitchen. It has a sink in the island. It has a sink for washing dishes in the back. It's so convenient. I love this sink. That way somebody can be doing dishes while you're cooking food. I had to run and get a little paper towel. I just want to dry this lettuce off. So bear with me. You're watching it live as it's happening, so I'm going to cut up my celery, or chop up my little pieces of celery here. So we're going to use this in the chowder. That looks good. And I'm going to, let's see if I can get a little bit more off of this. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna leave that sit right there for a minute and rinse off my hand. And come on over and let's get sauteing over here. Okay, you ready? Our butter is, let me put that over there. All right, our butter is melted. Let's go ahead and throw our garlic in there. Get a little spoon. I've got the heat down on low. I'm going to turn it back down to low. Sorry, I didn't mean to get in y'all's way there. Alright, we got our garlic in there. Don't want this too hot. I'm going to put a good portion of the onions in here. And just simmer this down on low. Let them get a little translucent. Get those flavors meshing together. I think that's good. Can you smell the garlic? It's wonderful. I have my sink with some water in it because I like to clean as I go. So I've got my dishes that I'm using, throw them in the sink. That's the best way to cook. I like cleaning as I'm going, because when you get through, I don't want to have a pile of dishes to do when I get through cooking. So, how's that looking? Not too bad. Not too shabby. All right. Now we're going to be using the potatoes in here once this gets simmered down. So come back over here just for 1 second. Let's see what we can do with these potatoes. All right, you ready? Let's back this celery up out of our way. Oh, there's a bad piece there. I'm gonna throw that away. Excuse me for reaching in front of you. I have these little potatoes. They're little red potatoes and white potatoes. And I have about, what, 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Just gonna rinse them off because we want to make sure that they're cleaned good. All right. They're pretty good. I'm just going to step back and stir up my onions a little bit more here. All right, I'm going to dice these potatoes. Oh, get back here. They're running away. I'm going to, oh, let me get you guys a better view here. You're a little crooked. There you go. There you go. All right, so let's cut these up into some smaller chunks. So we want this to cook up. We don't want huge chunks in there. I'm going to leave the skins on because, hey, I think it'll work. I don't mind the skins in my soup. And they're, you know, about that size. Not huge. Trying to get them all similar in size so they all cook about the same. Now you could always have these cut ahead of time, but being that this is an Iron Chef competition, I wanted to do this in real time for you. So I'm trying to work quickly because, you know, I don't know if we're supposed to be on a timer or anything, but I know when you watch Iron Chef, they're always on a timer. So I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can. Give this a stir again over here. It's all getting cooked, sauteed up nicely. There's no, nothing burning. It's on low, so it's doing really well. What do you think? Are we good here? Almost good. Another potato. I think that's enough potatoes. What do you think? I think we're pretty good here. Like I said, I'm just kind of making this as I go, like from a chowder recipe. It's going to be with what I have in the kitchen. So I'm not really following a recipe. I'm just kind of following an idea. So kind of do what you want. If you want to try to recreate this, make it your own. Okay, let's come back over here. See how our saute is going. Okay, this is how our saute is going. I'm going to add about 1 3/4 cups of water. There you go, and I'm going to turn this up a little bit to get our water hot. I'm going to throw the bouillon in there to try to get it to cook down. Now you can use chicken broth. I don't have any chicken broth in my house, so I'm doing with the best that I have. And the bouillon, I know the bouillon's probably a little salty, but I'm going with it. All right, let's let that cook down a little bit. While that's cooking down, and I'm even going to put the cover on it. So, well, actually, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to throw in the celery, so the celery can start mixing the flavors in there with everything else. There you go. Got the celery in there. So we got celery, onions, garlic. We got our bouillon in there, and let's just put the cover on that and let that get to a boil and start simmering, and let our bouillon dissolve. Come on back over to my chopping table here. We'll back our potatoes up and throw that in the wash. Oops. Let's take some of our shrimp that we're going to use for our chowder. It's still a little bit frozen, but you know, hey, that's okay. We just rinse it off a little. Let me get a little colander. Rinse it off and we'll get some of the ice off it. What do you think? That good? That's about half of it. We'll use half. Rinse it off, and I'm gonna pull the tails off it. That one just has a little piece of tail on it. We don't want to have tails in our soup. What's the last thing that y'all made with shrimp? Would you be up for this challenge? If you were in this challenge, what would you make? I think this is going to be fun to see what the other people came up with. Don't forget to go check out their channels and check out their recipes. It's going to be in the description box below. I hope y'all will try this. Let's see how it works. I hope it works out. I've never done a shrimp chowder before. I don't make chowder very often anyway. So I do hope this will work out nicely. Oh, another ingredient that I left out for my shrimp salad, I'm going to put mayonnaise as the base in it. So I am going to get some mayonnaise out of the refrigerator for that. Alright, got all my tails. I'm going to throw those in the trash can over here. Let me wash up my hands. I'm going to throw the rest of these shrimp in the colander to rinse those and let them thaw out a little bit more. Alright, that's good. I'm going to put this in the wash. And come on over and let's check and see how our saute is going. Okay, look at that. That's looking wonderful. So we got a boil going. So what we're going to do now that we have the boil going is we're going to add our potatoes. So let me grab those. All right, get our potatoes in there. That's smelling good, y'all. All right, I'm going to add my salt and pepper now. So let me just shoot some pepper in there. Okay, I'm going to shoot some Himalayan pink salt in there. Now there is some salt from the bouillon. I'm sure the bouillon has salt in it, so I'm not going to go real heavy with the salt. So I'm going to let these potatoes cook, and we'll come back and check on it. Alright. And that's smelling wonderful. I tell you what, that is smelling wonderful. Let's let that get cooking up. All right. All right, so while that is cooking, I'm going to cut these shrimps in bite-sized pieces because I don't want big pieces in my soup. I just want a bite-sized piece. So we'll cut those up a little bit. There we go. I'm getting excited to eat this. I love seafood, and I tell you what, if it tastes as good as it smells right now, I'm going to be very excited to eat this. And then I'll have enough left over so I can have another bowl tomorrow night. Probably maybe even another one on Saturday. So I can't wait. All right. There we go. Let me grab a little bowl to put it in. All right, that'll be our shrimp for our soup. This will be our shrimp for our salad. And this is already cooked shrimp, so it doesn't need to cook. You can use the kind of shrimp that you need to cook if you wanted to use raw shrimp. I just thought that this would be easier for me, quicker, since I just got home from work. It wouldn't take as long for me to cook dinner if I had shrimp that was already cooked up. So I'm going to wipe off my board here, and I'm going to go ahead and start my salad while my soup is cooking. I have my salad bowl here. And I'm going to rinse off my pieces of celery because I'm going to put some celery in my shrimp salad. I think it'll be wonderful. Just going to rinse off my knife one time here. All right. Just cut my celery down. I'm going to cut the little knots out of it because I don't really want those in my salad. I'll throw these away. And I just want little pieces. This is just going to be, you know, like a finely cut up salad. I don't want huge chunks, but we'll have some chunks in there. All right, that's probably good. Some celery. I've got some cucumber, and I'm going to just cut off the end and just use, you know, a few pieces of this. I need a smaller knife here. I'm going to peel this with a knife. You can use a peeler if you want to. Go. A little bit of green won't hurt you. Let me get that into the trash bin. So we don't want the outside edges. There we go. I'm going to cut it in half and take the seeds out because I don't really want the seeds. I just want the meat of the cucumber. So I'm going to remove most of the seeds. There you go. See that? All right. And we'll put that in the trash. I don't have a garbage disposal in the house yet. Steve is going to install one for me. So I can't just dump this stuff into the sink. I have to be careful with that. let me go ahead and cut up my cucumber slices for my salad. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. Can y'all taste this already? I'm thinking so. If I had tomato, I don't have any tomato here, but if I had some tomato here, I would throw some tomato in this salad too. I'm going to take the rest of these onions and put them in there because I got, celery, onions, and the cucumbers. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. So my salad's coming along. I know that bowl's pretty big for that salad, but we'll make it work. Let's go check on the soup. Potatoes are getting a little bit soft. Now they still got a little bit to go. So let's just let this keep on cooking. All right, and we will cut the shrimp for the salad. All right, so we got our salad shrimp, and we're basically going to do the same thing with those that we did with the other. And we're going to take the tails off it. This still has a little bit of ice on it, so I'm going to try to get some of that ice off it. I took these out of the freezer this morning and put them in the refrigerator, but I guess they didn't. I thought they'd be more thawed out than this. I mean, they're not frozen through, but there's still a couple pieces of ice on them. That's all good. It's going to be a good salad. Now we got onion, cucumber, and celery. I think we'll put a little, maybe garlic salt on it, maybe some seafood seasoning, a little bit of that. I'll grab some stuff off my spice rack and see what we got that can flavor it up a little bit. Maybe some paprika. Paprika would be good for the salad. Some nice looking shrimps. To make sure I don't get any shells on there. I don't want shells in my salad either. I know y'all probably would use fresh shrimp. That's okay. That's definitely a choice. But like I said, if I was doing this on the weekend, I would probably use fresh shrimp. Being that this is a weekday, and I'm limited in my time and I don't want to be up all night cooking, I'm gonna just use the ones that are pre-cooked. So I'm just trying to keep it as simple as I can. I'm gonna cut these into chunks. I'm gonna need nice little chunks so you get a good taste of shrimp when you bite into your salad. There we go. They seem like they're pretty thawed out. It's not too bad. What do you think about that, Fairy Godmother? Would you eat these? I'm glad they invited me to the collab. I think this has been fun. I'm hoping it tastes as good as I think it'll taste. I know there's some people that'll probably get a little more sophisticated than I get, but I'm going to squeeze some of the water out of it. All right. All right, there we go. Let me grab some spices and I'll be right back. come back over here to our pot of soup and see how it's doing. I did turn it down on low just a second ago. See how these potatoes are. They're pretty soft. So what I'm going to do is I have a blender and I'm going to put about half of this into the blender. There we go. So I'm gonna, yeah, maybe a little bit more so that I have some chunks in it, but I'm gonna have some of it soft or creamy. So you can put heavy cream in this and use heavy cream, maybe a couple tablespoons or something. I don't have any heavy cream. I like silk milk. I'm going to try some almond and cashew silk milk in here instead of cream. I'm just going to put equivalent to a couple of tablespoons in there just to help this mix better. I'm going to take the middle out of my my cover here so that the steam can come out. Just kind of cover it over with a pot holder or something. And let me mix this just for a minute. Alright, so this did mix up. We're going to pour that back in there. It's pretty thick. We're going to need to thin this out a little bit more. I am going to use some water. Put some water into my mixer to help to clean it out. I'll grab me a spoon. Help to clean that goodness out of there. We're going to thin this soup out just a little bit here. I didn't measure anything, so it is going to be a little thick because I went thick on it. So let me stir this up. It's still on low. Still looks a little thick to me, so I'm gonna add a little bit more water into it. I like thick chowder, but that's really too thick for me, so it looks more pasty. So let's add a little bit more water to it. Cooking is about doing it your way, any way you want to do it. Experimenting, tweaking it, just making it how you want to make it. All right, that's not too bad. Now let's add our corn. And our shrimp. Now that looks like a chowder right there. I'm going to put the lid on this and let this all get warmed. And let's go finish our salad because we're almost ready to eat here. Alright, we're almost ready to eat. I'm going to get rid of this milk. Put that back in the refrigerator. I'm excited about the way this chowder's turning out. It's looking really good. So let's finish this up. Let me get a spoon. Tablespoon. I'm going to put some of the mayonnaise. This is actually Miracle Whip because Steve prefers Miracle Whip and I don't really have a preference. So I buy that. I got some garlic powder. I'm going to just sprinkle some garlic powder in there. I have some Old Bay seasoning, which is good for seafood. I'm just going to put a touch of that in there just to give it a little bit more flavor. And I have some paprika, and I am going to dump some of that in there too. All right. You can add salt and pepper if you want to. I'm gonna stay away from that. All right, that looks wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a plate and I'm going to start plating this up. And I'm going to get a bowl for my soup, my stew. And we're going to sit down and try this and see if this came out any good at all. So let me get a little bowl for my soup and a little plate for my salad. And what I'm going to do here, presentation. So I'm going to add some, oh, that lettuce is bad. We'll throw that piece away. We'll add some lettuce to our plate here. There. I'm going to put some of the salad on top of the lettuce. Wonderful. I'm going to put a little paprika on top just to give it a little bit of color. Just a garnish. All right. What do you think? Is that wonderful? I think it's wonderful. All right, so let's get a bowl of the soup. Let's see how this soup is turned out. I'm going to cut my fire off. Stir it up just a little bit here. And put it in my bowl. Oh my goodness, it looks and it smells so wonderful. What do y'all think? Can you see it? All right, let me go set the table. Come on over and try it with me. Okay, here we go. It's a try. This really smells good. You know, I don't even know how to explain the smell. But I got a bite of the potatoes and corn and shrimp. I believe it's oh my gosh, that's really good. That's really, really good. It's not sweet. It's I don't know, it just has a real smooth taste. It just tastes real good. Oh, it just got a nice bite of shrimp. Alright, I'm gonna dig into the shrimp salad and see what happens. I got a piece of shrimp, a piece of celery. I think I got a cucumber there. Again, I could eat this all night. I'm going to save the rest that's left though so I can have this meal again tomorrow. Because that's how good it is. And I wouldn't lie, I'm going to eat all this. So, I want you all to go check out the channels that I put in the description box below. I want to see what they make with shrimp. And it can't be as good as this because I know this tastes wonderful. So, too bad there's not a judge to judge this stuff. Because it's a simple recipe. Not really a recipe, it's a simple creation, I guess. But it tastes really good. And for a quick meal, I mean, what, it's been maybe an hour? and it slowed me down because, you know, I'm doing the video. So I could probably have done this in 45 minutes maybe. I don't know. I'm really not sure how long this took, but I know it's good. They're both good. I like having the corn in this. Adds that other dimension of flavor to it. I mean, it's good to have the creaminess from putting the potatoes in the blender, but then there's also some potatoes that are whole, and even with the skins on them, they taste really good. So I like the combination of cream in the potatoes to thicken this up versus using a heavy cream. The almond milk in it, I really can't taste it. I can't taste the difference. I mean, the flavor in itself is wonderful. So by adding the almond and the cashew milk, it didn't mess up the flavor at all. It's really a wonderful soup. So, let me know what y'all would make if you had to cook with shrimp. I wonder what the other people are making. I'm glad y'all joined me for my cooking. If you get to vote, vote for me, because this is good. I don't think this is done on a vote though. So, well, I appreciate everybody watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that already. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to, because hopefully people come over from the other channels to see what I made. And let me know how they compare to what everybody else made. Do you like them? Do you think I did a good job? I'm going to let y'all go so I can finish my dinner. I'm sure y'all don't want to sit here watching me eat. It is wonderful. I'm going to do my best not to eat the rest of the pot so that I can have some tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for inviting me into this collab. It's been a lot of fun. If you do one again, let me know, because I will definitely join you. I think October should be pumpkin month, and we should all try to make something with pumpkin. What do y'all think? All right. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye. Eat some shrimp. It's good.